each restaurant has an info section, which is the section here. In this section, you will find almost all the information you need to know about the restaurant. For example, it contains the restaurant address, the minimum order size for delivery, delivery fees, default size for dishes, and any other special information about the restaurant. Now let's go through the info section for Great Wall Main Street specifically. As you can see here, Great Wall Main Street is located in Medina, New York. By the way, it's pronounced Medina, not Medina. 515 is the exact address, and it's across from the Key Bank. Here's the restaurant phone number and the owner's phone number. Now you don't really have to know these two because it's only used for when managers need to contact the clients directly. Underneath that is the hours of operation for Great Wall. After close as manager means if you get a call after the closing hours, you ask one of the managers to see if it's okay to still take the order. Now if a call does happen to come in after closing hours, don't worry. There should be a pop-up that warns you that the restaurant is already closed. So you don't have to memorize the hours of operation. In the top middle here, you see the default size for Great Wall. What default size means is when customers doesn't specify the size, you automatically give them large or combo. So for example, if a customer calls in and says, I want an order of chicken with broccoli or Hunan chicken, you automatically give her a large size. Now if the customer asks for an entree with any kind of fried rice, for example, if he says chicken and broccoli with shrimp fried rice, you ask them if they want a large order size or a smaller combo size. The reason behind this is we are always trying to make the order size as big as possible. That way our clients make more money. And large is the largest size that we have available. On the other hand, remember that the combos by default comes with pork fried rice. So if a customer is asking for an entree with some kind of fried rice, there's a high chance that they're asking for the combo. But we want to double confirm by asking a large or a combo. The small size is the last thing that we want to offer to the customers because obviously that would make our clients make less money. The other special thing here is that if a customer is calling before 3 p.m., there is no default size. You have to ask them what size because people may have the lunch special size in mind when they are ordering before 3 p.m. Next, we have the note section. This is generally a special thing about a restaurant that you have to be very careful about. In the case of Great Wall Medina, it says JC students give combo size. JC stands for Job Corps, which is a vocational school near the restaurants, and the students there order very frequently. So this means that combo is the default size for all orders going to Job Corps, unless the caller is specifying something different. The note here also says to get their direct cell phone number because a lot of them will use the school public phone to call, which makes it impossible for us to call them back if there was an issue with the order. On the right hand corner here, we have the pickup time. 20 minutes is the general estimated time for pickup. 20 to 30 minutes is the estimated time for pickup during busy hours, which usually means Friday and Saturday dinner rush between 5:30 p.m. and 9 p.m. Next, we have the delivery time, which is generally about 45 minutes, but will be 45 minutes to an hour for busy rush hours. Now, for orders going to Lindenville and Albion, which are two towns nearby, the delivery time is always 1 hour, regardless of busy or non-busy hours. That's because these two towns are pretty far away from the restaurants. The minimum $15, that means that's the minimum that an order size has to be before it qualifies for delivery, with a few exceptions which I will explain in a little bit. Great Wall also charges a delivery fee, and that depends on the village, and it says see City Field. So here's how you can see the fees for each town. So let's say you have entered a phone number, you enter the address. The City Field here is where the price is for delivery. The 300 means $3. The 300 is $3 for Lindenville and Albion. The 200 means $2. Medina, that's $1.50. Noseville is $2. Gasport, which is really far away, that's $4. Shelby is $2. And Job Corps is $2. Now remember I said Albion and Noseville? That means the minimum, the M stands for minimum. The minimum for Albion and for Gasport has to be $25 for Albion and $35 for Gasport. That's because these two towns are very far away. That's why I said the general minimum is $15 with a few exceptions, which are these two. So the distance here means that Great Wall will deliver to all addresses that's within 12 miles of the restaurant. To check how far a address is from the restaurant, let's take a look at this section here. So let's say I'm entering 400 Main Street. You always want to capitalize that, Main Street. And that's in Medina for delivery. By clicking on the blue button here, that will give you a Google GPS. So A is the restaurant location, B is the address that's here. So you see here that the distance is 0.3 miles. Don't worry about the duration, that means how long it will take to drive. The end address has to match exactly with the address here. If it's off by a little bit, that means that this address is invalid. Alright, so this means that this address is only 0.3 miles from the restaurant, which is obviously within the 12-mile zone. Let's look at something a little further away. Let's look at Albion. Let's put in 400 Main Street. So notice here that 400 Main Street isn't showing up. This is saying 300 South Main Street. So what that means is Albion does not have 400 Main Street. Now let's try something different. Let's try 200 South Main Street. Let's see if that shows up. I'm just guessing here. So see, 200 South Main Street. And that means is 10.3 miles away from Medina. Now what you see here isn't everything for the restaurant info section. You can actually scroll down to see more things that's relevant here. Or you can also click anywhere in the box and it will show you a bigger windows to see all the information that's available in this section. Alright, let's go through each one individually. So for the dish, it says small, rice, and entree packed separate. So Chinese restaurants generally have 4 sizes: the small, the large, the lunch, and the combo. The large always has the rice packed separately. The lunch and the combo always has the rice packed together. The small is the one that might vary between different restaurants. For Great Wall, the rice and the entree are always packed separately, whereas for other restaurants, it may be packed together. So that's why we have that here, to be a quick thing where you can check or reference if you ever forget about that while you're taking an order. The section here is some key terms that we sometimes have to put into the system. And here we have the Chinese and the English translations so that you can grab these easily. So for example, if a customer order and wants to pay with credit card and they want to add a tip to the credit card, you would easily just enter this, copy and paste this section here. So this is credit card tip dollar amount. So the Chinese is exactly the same thing, but it's in Chinese. So what you would do is you would type order remark, and then if the tip was $4, you would do that. Alright, so I wouldn't worry too much about these translations for now. I just want to give you a sense of how these are used. What's more important are the customer addresses down here. So for restaurants that have some frequent customers, for example factories, hospitals, schools, or hotels, you can generally find them under a section right here. For Great Wall, they have some very, very common businesses that orders a lot. CRFS, which is a company in Albion. It's in 227 East Avenue in Albion. For this one, you must ask for extension and you must ask for a customer phone number. Sigma, also known as Baxter, that's 711 Park Avenue in Medina. You must ask for extension and for customer name. Dollinger Motel, that's a motel. So you have to ask what town they're in because there are 2 Dollinger Motels. One is in Medina, one is in Albion. For all hotels, you always have to ask for the room number and the name. Single Bain is another factory in Albion. You must ask for customer name. Correctional facility, I'll come back to this one in a little bit. It's a little complicated. Medina Hospital, it's also in Medina. You must ask for department, customer's name, and direct phone number. Brunner, you have to ask for name. And Job Corps, this one is a little complicated, so pay attention to this section. Job Corps students are divided into 4 halls or dormitories. You have Clemente Hall, which is abbreviated with a C. You have Unity, which is abbreviated with a U. You have Brady, which is abbreviated with a B. And then you have Marshall, which is abbreviated with an M. Every time when a Job Corps student orders, you must, and I repeat again, you must ask for the hall and then the name. That way when we get there, we know who to give the order to. Now just as a quick example, let's do a demonstration order for Job Corps. And let's scroll down so that we have this cheat sheet here, right? So let's say a Job Corps is ordering and they use one of the common numbers. So you would see something like this showing up. So you would ask the customer, okay, what hall you in? If they say Marshall Hall and you have the M there, you can just click on that. Or if they say Unity, you just do JC, # and U. Alright? After that, you put the name up here. In order remark, the name shouldn't go there. That's actually a mistake. So you ask them for the name. Let's say the name they say is Michael. You type M-I-C-H-A-E-L. Alright? Job Corps also has very specific delivery time. So Great Wall makes a few trips out to Job Corps at a certain time each day. So let's say right now is 3 o'clock and it's Thursday. So the next order that's going out to Job Corps is 4:30. You would do Michael, you would do 4:30 p.m. And after you've done that, you would tell the customer, Michael, just so you know, the order will be at the Welcome Center at 4:30. You have to tell them that. That way the customer knows to come down to the Welcome Center and get the food at 4:30, which is when our delivery guy will be there. Now, if right now is 4:30, that means that the order is already on the way and that the next order is going to be 7:30. I know that it's 3 hours, but Great Wall only makes 2 trips out to Job Corps from Monday through Thursday, and that's 4:30 to 7:30. So anything that's 15 minutes before 4:30 is going to be there at 4:30. Anything that's between 4:15 to 7:15 will be there at 7:30. And that's the time for Friday. They make an extra delivery order. Saturday, they go out there 4 times. Alright? Absolutely no order can be made for students after the last delivery time because Job Corps has a curfew. And if we get there after this time, they won't let the delivery guy give the food to Job Corps students. Alright, so that's Job Corps. Correctional facility, that means it's a prison, and this is in Albion. There's 2 correctional facilities. You have the women department and you have the men department. They're in 2 separate places. So you must ask for what department it is. Alright, that sums it up. And then right underneath here is a quick study guide. This includes a lot of the information that I have talked about throughout this whole tutorial. You can quickly read through this and make sure you understand everything that's here. I'm not going to go over each one again because it's the same information as what I have already told you. But this is a quick study guide for you, so make sure you read through this.